Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Travel of Two Halves. My name is Estella. I am a Filipina and I live here in New Zealand. In today's topic, I will discuss the things that I've learned about living in New Zealand. So let's get started. The first thing that I've learned is patience. A lot of patience. You need the capacity to accept delay, problems without becoming annoyed. As a migrant, it was difficult for me moving from one place to another country. That's a lot of patience required. For example, my first job was working at McDonald's. I never worked in a fast food industry all my life, but because I wanted to learn, I applied for a job, I got interviewed, and that was it. I worked part-time and sometimes late afternoon to night schedules. It was hard, especially winter time. Night schedules, I need to help with closing the shops, cleaning up, and washing all those used containers. I find it hard. It's a very manual labor. But then I told myself, this is the first step towards something greater, I hope. And then after 3 months, I quit. No, sorry. I didn't quit, I resigned, and then I found a new job. My second job was working as a quality control in a swimwear factory. We worked Monday to Friday, but longer hours, Monday to Thursday, and early finish on Friday. To me personally, it was an update from working as one of the crews at McDonald's. It may be low wages, but it's a full-time job. That's how I looked at it. Eventually, the factory closed and I have moved on to find another job. So then, to me as a migrant, things will not come your way easily. You have to find it. You need patience. There will be some delays. There will be disappointments. There will be issues, there will be problems, but you just need to be patient and things will get better. The second thing that I've learned while living here in New Zealand is not to give up. It is not easy to move to another place or a new country. You have to start all over again. We've left friends behind, our families behind, but we have to think positively because no one can help you except yourself. I know every problem has a solution, as the saying goes. So in my case, I use this time to learn new skills and knowledge. For example, while I was working at the swimwear factory as a quality control, I asked one of my friends there if they can show me or teach me how to learn knitting. And after a while, things got better for me. I don't get bored and I picked up a new hobby. Another example is 5 years ago, I thought to myself, I need to change job. I got bored with my job then because I think I've reached the pinnacle that I am not going anywhere. I know everything, so I want to learn something new. I applied for more than half a dozen jobs, and fortunately, I always get shortlisted and interviewed. The downside is, I never get anywhere. I didn't get any job offer. Of course, I was sad and disappointed, but I kept on knocking. I did not give up. I kept on applying until I got the job that I am doing today. So I think you need to change your mindset and always think positive. And that's what happened to me. Later on, I wanted to get a university degree. So then, with patience, and I really tried hard, I worked full-time and studied outside my worked hours. All my leave, most of my annual leave, are spent on doing revision and sitting exams. And after 5 years, I finished my studies. And to this day, I think that is one of my greatest accomplishments. There were problems, there were issues, but the main thing is I was strong and I did not give up. The third thing that I learned about New Zealand is that New Zealand is prone to earthquake. Personally, I come from the Philippines and we always have earthquake there. So when I came here, it's just nothing. Of course, it's a bit scary, but I'm not that type of person that will just freeze or run away or scream or do something that will also attract others' attention and make them want to run as well. So yes, if you are going to move to New Zealand, be prepared for earthquake. The good thing is New Zealand has a very strict building code. So knowing that you are safe in the building that you are in is a plus. In fact, we had 2 earthquakes last week and it was alright. But to other people, it can be scary. So that's something that you need to be prepared if you want to come to New Zealand. Okay, number 4. New Zealand has a small population. The population is 4.88 million. This is fairly small compared to other countries. For example, Philippines has got 106.7 million in population. So the first thing that you will notice when you arrived in New Zealand is the airport. There are less people compared to the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. As one Filipina commented, New Zealand airport is like a funeral. There's not too many people. And it's true. Because New Zealand is fairly a new country. It's approximately 700 years old. Then another thing is because it's a small population, you don't have too many people. Unlike in the Philippines, there's people everywhere. On the street, at the malls, in the shops. But here, it's quite different. So if you are new coming into New Zealand, you need to learn to socialize. When I was new, what I did was find friends. It can be locals, it can be Filipinos. Me and my husband joined a Filipino social club in our area. And I also volunteered as one of the committee members. It is good because I have skills that I can share with other people. There is no reason for you as a new migrant to feel isolated or lonely in New Zealand. You just need to go out, you can join, or if you don't want to join a club, you can simply volunteer, or if there are other Filipino gatherings, you can just join them in the tent. And that's how you make friends. You don't need to feel lonely or isolated. You just need to go out and help yourself. As I mentioned before, no one will help you. Number 5 on my list are the Maori people. They were the early settlers from Polynesia. Then about after 127 years, the European traders came to New Zealand. And then from there, the British came and colonized New Zealand. So Maori people, they speak the language, they have their own language, and it's called Te Reo Maori. We also have Te Reo Maori introduced in schools. So they're nice people. Their similarities with Filipinos is that they are very collective type of people. They like to look after their families, especially their elders. Number 6 on the list is rugby. Rugby is New Zealand's national sport. I have never heard of this sport until I came to New Zealand. New Zealand's team is called the All Blacks, and they are the leading rugby players in the world. New Zealand in general is very sports active. Sports is highly promoted at school and at home. Kids play sports on the weekends or after school. Okay. The difference between American football from New Zealand rugby is that rugby players wear minimal or no protective padding, but they have to use mouth guard. New Zealand people are very passionate about their rugby, and they really support their rugby team well. This is the end of part 1. Watch out for part 2. Please give us a thumbs up if you find this video helpful. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Salamat po.